So about a month ago, I bought a DJI Osmo Pocket. And my plan was to use it for basically doing this. About a week ago, I bought a GoPro Hero 7 Black because I had 30 days with the Pocket before I had to return it. But I wanted to check out its main competitor and decide which one I wanted to keep. I ended up keeping the GoPro and sent the Osmo Pocket back, and I'm going to go over a couple of the reasons why. Number one, field of view for doing something like this, it's just too narrow. Like, it looks good when you're like shooting a street scene or something from far away, but trying to shoot up close, which is kind of confusing because that's what it was like kind of marketed as. It has a screen that faces you when you're holding it like this, but it's so like the field of view is so narrow that even holding it out at arm's length, like unless I really stretched, I'd have a real problem keeping my face in the frame, even with face tracking. Like, not because it was, you know, not aimed at me, but because it was aimed at me, but my entire face wouldn't fit in the frame because the field of view is so narrow. With the GoPro, has a wider field of view. I'm actually using linear mode right now, and you can see like the entire interior of my car. So that was a big detriment to the Pocket. Like, I kind of understand why they did it, because the image quality from it is really good if you're shooting, you know, a crowd or something. But I don't know why they marketed it as like a selfie, like vlog camera or some shit, when like it doesn't really work for that. Another huge thing is accessories. The GoPro has more stuff built into it that doesn't even require like any accessories, like Wi-Fi. The Pocket doesn't have any way to wirelessly connect it to your phone. You have to plug it in, unless you spend like 60 bucks on a little wireless module. Same thing with like a mount. Like, I have my GoPro mounted to the windshield right now. To do that with the Osmo Pocket, you have to give them another $20 for a GoPro style mount. So like, all said and done, you might as well buy like their accessory bundle, which adds another $100 to the $350 price. And at that point, it's pretty much just caught up to what the GoPro comes with, what's built into it. It already has an accessory mount, and it already has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. So, you know, that was definitely a factor too. But also just the fact that just a second ago, when I said you can buy a mount from Osmo, or you actually can't. It's out of stock everywhere. I actually ordered one on B&H, the mount, the GoPro style, like two-prong mount thing. And I waited for like 3 weeks, and by the time I'd like decided to send the Osmo Pocket back, still hadn't shipped. So I just canceled that order too. Like, you can't actually get any accessories, whereas Best Buy or whatever, or probably even Target or something, is gonna have like a little kiosk in the electronics section that has like everything for the GoPro. You can mount it to your head, you can mount it to your chest, you can mount it to your arm, you can mount it to your dog, you can mount it to your car, you can mount it to a stick, you can mount it to a longer stick, you can put it on a tripod. Like, you can put a GoPro, there's an adapter to put this thing anywhere. And there's absolutely nothing for the Osmo Pocket. And like, I know that it's a lot newer form factor, but it also came out in November or December, and I'm recording this in February. So like, it's not like I bought it on launch week and I was like, oh, there's no accessories. Like, it's been a few months. Like, at least give me the GoPro style mount. There were a few things that I do really like about the Osmo Pocket. Number one, the GoPro does stabilization like electronically. It's basically taking a bigger picture and then cropping it down so that it can make the middle cropped point look super stable, which is fine for most stuff. But the Osmo Pocket is actually using, you know, gimbals to physically move the camera to keep it level, or to keep it straight, or to smooth out motion and stuff like that. So there's no crop to it. So it does look crisper, and obviously like the like stabilization is better because it's physically stabilized, and you're never going to find anything to compete with physically stabilized from a digital standpoint. At least I don't think so, not at this time. So, you know, that's definitely a good thing. The image quality is technically better because it doesn't have like this fisheye like wide angle lens effect that the GoPro does. But then again, that's also could be considered a strong point of the GoPro, you know. because the GoPro now is actually fitting everything in the scene, whereas if I had the Osmo Pocket mounted right here, it would be like just my face, nothing else. Like maybe it might fit all that in, maybe, probably not, probably my face with my head cut off, you know. But yeah, so I mean, it really depends on what you want to do with it, but for me the GoPro is a much better tool for my use case. I think I will miss the Osmo Pocket a little bit though. It does a thing called a motion time lapse, where you can set it to move, like sweep across a space and take like video or picture, whatever, you know, to do a time lapse, so that it like both time and motion are involved in the time lapse. It looks really cool. I'll just show you one while I talk about this when I edit the video. That'll probably be a lot better than trying to explain this like a moron. But that's really cool, and you know, it is a really, and like it did also a thing where it does like these panoramics. It'll take like a grid of 3x3, so 9 total pictures, and stitch them all together to be like a really nice high resolution panoramic. It ends up being like a 40-something megapixel photo, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I really do have to go with the GoPro though. The accessory, like the aftermarket support and everything, is just so much better. So yeah, well, I guess that's about it.